Hey there, science fans. Welcome to another exciting journey into the world of science and technology. Have you ever stopped to think about how much we rely on electricity? It's everywhere around us, powering our daily lives in ways we often take for granted. It powers our homes, our gadgets, and even our bodies. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, electricity is there, making our lives easier and more comfortable. Understanding the basics of electricity can unlock a world of knowledge and help you appreciate the invisible forces that shape our lives. Imagine being able to understand how your favorite gadgets work, or how the lights in your home turn on with just a flick of a switch. From the tiny circuits in your smartphone to the massive power grids that span continents, electricity is the lifeblood of modern society. It's the backbone of our technological advancements and the key to our future innovations. But don't worry, you don't need to be an electrical engineer to grasp the fundamentals. With a little curiosity and the right guidance, anyone can learn the basics of electricity and how it impacts our world. In this whirlwind tour of electrical concepts, we'll break down complex ideas into bite-sized pieces. Using everyday examples and a dash of fun, we'll explore the history of electricity, from the early discoveries to the modern-day applications that keep our world running. Get ready to electrify your mind. We'll dive into the fascinating world of electrons, circuits, and power sources. You'll learn about the different types of electricity, how it's generated, and how it travels from power plants to your home. We'll also take a look at the pioneers of electricity, like Benjamin Franklin, who famously flew a kite during a thunderstorm, and Nikola Tesla, whose innovations in alternating current changed the world. And let's not forget about the future of electricity. With renewable energy sources like wind and solar power becoming more prevalent, the way we generate and use electricity is evolving. We'll explore these exciting advancements and what they mean for our planet. So whether you're a tech enthusiast, a student, or just someone curious about the world around you, this journey into the world of electricity is for you. By the end of this series, you'll have a newfound appreciation for the power that lights up our lives and drives our modern world. So, buckle up and get ready to be amazed. Let's embark on this electrifying adventure together and discover the wonders of electricity. Let's start with the building blocks of electricity: voltage, current, and resistance. These three fundamental concepts are the cornerstone of understanding how electrical systems work. Whether you're powering a simple light bulb or a complex computer, these elements are always at play. Think of voltage as the electrical pressure that pushes electrons, the tiny particles that carry electrical charge. Voltage is measured in volts, and it essentially represents the potential difference between 2 points in a circuit. This potential difference is what drives the electrons to move, creating an electric current. Just like water pressure in a hose determines how forcefully water flows, voltage determines the strength of the electrical current. If you increase the water pressure, more water flows through the hose. Similarly, increasing the voltage in an electrical circuit pushes more electrons through the conductor, resulting in a stronger current. Current, on the other hand, is the flow of electrons through a conductor, like a wire. It's measured in amperes, or amps for short. The current is essentially the rate at which the electrons are moving through the circuit. A higher current means more electrons are flowing, which can be used to power more demanding electrical devices. Imagine a river flowing. The amount of water passing a point in a given time is like electrical current. Just as a river can flow gently or with great force, an electrical current can be weak or strong. The strength of the current depends on both the voltage pushing the electrons and the resistance opposing their flow. The more electrons flowing per second, the higher the current. This is similar to how a river with a higher volume of water flowing per second has a stronger current. In electrical terms, a higher current can mean more power being delivered to a device, but it also requires careful management to avoid overheating and potential damage. Now imagine throwing rocks into that river. These rocks would disrupt the flow of water, creating turbulence and slowing it down. This is a good analogy for understanding resistance in an electrical circuit. The rocks would create resistance, slowing down the water flow. In an electrical circuit, resistance is anything that opposes the flow of electrons. This could be the material of the wire itself, or specific components designed to limit current. Similarly, resistance in an electrical circuit opposes the flow of current. It's measured in ohms, and it determines how much the current is reduced as it passes through a component. High resistance means less current flows, while low resistance allows more current to pass through. Resistors are components designed to limit or control current, like traffic lights, controlling the flow of cars. They are essential for protecting sensitive components in a circuit and for ensuring that the current is at the right level for the device to function properly. Without resistors, circuits could easily become overloaded, leading to potential failures or even hazards. For electricity to flow, we need a complete path or circuit. This path allows electrons to move from one point to another, creating a flow of electrical energy. Without a complete circuit, the electrons have nowhere to go, and the energy cannot be transferred to do useful work like lighting a bulb or powering a device. Think of a circuit like a racetrack for electrons. Just as cars need a continuous track to keep moving, electrons need an unbroken path to flow. If there's a break in the track, the cars stop, and similarly, if there's a break in the circuit, the flow of electrons stops. It needs a starting line, the power source, a finish line, returning to the source, and a clear path in between, the wires. The power source, like a battery, provides the energy needed to push the electrons through the circuit. The wires act as the path, guiding the electrons to their destination, such as a light bulb, which uses the energy to produce light. Voltage provides the push, current is the flow of electrons through the circuit, and resistance controls the amount of current. Voltage can be thought of as the force that drives the electrons, while current is the rate at which the electrons flow. Resistance, on the other hand, is like a gatekeeper, controlling how much current can pass through the circuit. Different components in a circuit, like resistors, can increase or decrease resistance to control the flow of electricity. If the circuit is broken, like cutting a wire, the flow of electrons stops, and the electricity can't do its job. This is why it's crucial to ensure all connections in a circuit are secure and unbroken. Even a small gap can prevent the circuit from working properly, causing devices to stop functioning. Circuits come in all shapes and sizes, from the simple circuits in your flashlight to the complex networks powering your home. Each type of circuit is designed to meet specific needs, whether it's providing light, powering appliances, or running sophisticated electronic devices. Understanding the basics of how circuits work can help you troubleshoot issues and make informed decisions about electrical systems in your daily life. But they all operate on the same basic principles of voltage, current, and resistance working together. No matter how complex a circuit may seem, these fundamental principles remain the same. By mastering these concepts, you can gain a deeper understanding of how electrical systems function and how to work with them safely and effectively. Let's shed some light on these concepts with a familiar example. A flashlight. When you flip the switch, you're completing a circuit. The batteries provide the voltage, pushing electrons through the wires and the tiny filament in the bulb. This flow of electrons through the filament encounters resistance, causing it to heat up and glow, producing light. The amount of light depends on the battery's voltage and the filament's resistance. A higher voltage battery would push more current, making the bulb brighter. Similarly, a thicker filament would have less resistance, allowing more current to flow and producing a brighter light. Section 5. Safety first. Respecting the power of electricity. While electricity is an amazing force, it's important to remember that it can be dangerous if not handled properly. Never touch exposed wires or electrical appliances with wet hands, as water conducts electricity and can lead to a shock. Always unplug electrical devices before working on them, and be careful when working near power lines. Electricity is powerful and can cause serious injury or even death if not treated with respect. Remember, safety should always be your top priority when dealing with electricity. If you're unsure about something, it's always best to ask a qualified electrician for help.